In our last video, we discussed how we can represent the whole and the various parts of the whole using different methods. We drew diagrams, we used common fractions, and we also used the numerals. So in our last video, we had a class of 7 students, and we showed different representations for the boys, the girls, and for the entire class. As you remember, the whole refers to all, the total number of items or the total amount of something that we have. So we showed that we could represent the various parts of the wholes, and here we have a diagram, we have a common fraction, and we have the numerals. They all represent the same thing. So for instance, under the column that represents the boys, you can see 4 sevens as a diagram, 4 sevens as a common fraction, and the number 4, which really means 4 out of 7 students. Today, we're going to go a bit further in finding the whole. So here we have a problem. 2/5 of my marbles is 10. How many marbles do I have in all? First, we need to know what the problem is asking you for. If we look here, we can see that it asks in all. How many marbles do I have in all? Now remember, the whole refers to all of something, everything, the total number, the total amount. So in this instance, we can say that we have to find the whole. They want to know the number of marbles that I have in all. So we've established that we have to find the whole. So what else is important? Well, 2/5 is 10. This is important information that the problem is telling us. They are telling us that 2/5 of my marbles is 10. So since we know that 2/5 is 10, how do we approach finding out all of my marbles? How many marbles I have in all? Well, we can use a diagram and we can include relevant information. So here I've drawn a diagram. It's made up of 5 equal parts because it's 2 out of 5 is 10. So I know that I have 5 parts in all. So I've colored 2 parts and I'm showing that when I combine the 2 parts, I have 10. How can we use this information to determine all of my marbles? Well, I have 2 parts that equal 10, and I can also form another group of 2 parts that will also give me 10. But what happens with that part that we have left? It's not 2 parts, it's just 1. Well, if 2 parts gives me 10, 1 part gives me 5. So 2/5 of my marbles is 10. I formed one group of 10, another group of 10, and I have 5 there. So 10 plus 10 plus 5 gives me 25 marbles. So this is one method that we can use to find the whole. Now, is there another method that we can use? We made a group of 10, a second group of 10, and then we had 5 left. But what if I wanted to do something else? What if I wanted to find out for one part? One part will give me 5 marbles. And we can see this by observing this diagram. I have 10 and I group them into 2 equal groups. So I'll have 5 in one group and 5 marbles in another group. This is how I know that one part gives me 5 marbles. So if I know that one part gives me 5 marbles and I have 5 equal parts, then each part is going to be 5 marbles as well. And you can see here that I got the same answer as before, 25 marbles. Now let's practice what we've just learned. Here I have 3 problems for you to try. I'd like you to use both methods that we just discussed. Feel free to rewind the video and observe the methods that were used again. Remember, in one instance, we had 2/5 of my marbles being 10. So we formed one group of 10, another group of 10, and then we had one part left and we determined what we had to do with it. So try these problems for me, use both methods, and let me know in the comments below which of these problems posed a bit of a problem, a real problem.